So this is my van build. This is how I framed my Ford Transit high roof. So I've got these main boards that are 5/8 of an inch plywood. They're in with rivet nuts. And I've got this one too with the original Ford rivet nuts that were already there. I also put a few screws in, self-tapping screws that's normally used for drywall into steel studs. The top is just screwed in. Same thing for the vertical pieces. They're all screwed in. I've added these supports. So the bottom of the bed will be 38 inches high, so I can store some stuff underneath. These beam, I added some supports with some scraps, and with the plywood it's gonna be stronger than this. So this is moving quite a bit, but once I put my bed in and the plywood on the wall, so I'm gonna use probably Baltic birch, 1/4 inch or 3/8 of an inch thick. So that's gonna add the rigidity into the walls. I'm gonna use these E-tracks on here to support my bed with 2x4s. So I just ran the wires. I'm gonna have a set of lights in the back, a set in the middle. I have provisions for a range hood vent, so I have the wires running for that. And also if I want to put lights in the cabinets, I have the wiring. I'm gonna have the water pump in this corner. Underneath the passenger seat, I'm gonna have the Chinese diesel heater. So for the bed, I'm gonna make some boxes. So I'm gonna gain 2 or 3 inches here. I'm gonna cover them with the headliner material. So it's gonna be like a cloth finish that's gonna cover up the trim here. So I'm gonna use the plywood's gonna come down here. I'm gonna have the box over top that's gonna be wrapped in the headliner material, so it's gonna be clean. I have provisions to add a small USB charger panel thing at the end of the bed. So I have the roof vent here with the wires running to it. It's not hooked up yet. I have to screw it in. On the front, I'm not done yet. I have to figure out like this curve. So I'm gonna work on all the van, and when I get here, I'm gonna figure it out. Maybe I'm gonna put a piece here that's gonna make it like halfway down the curve, and then another piece here that's gonna be screwed in. But we'll see about that. So for installation, I'm gonna use rock wool here. I'm gonna either use 1.5 inch thick or 2 inches. I'm not sure yet. On the walls, so in these holes, I'm gonna add fiberglass insulation. Some of you are gonna throw rocks at me, but I don't think condensation is gonna be an issue on the top. So it's gonna be fine. And they use it in RVs and trailers, so I'm not worried. I'm gonna then cover up with a piece of foam board, and the plywood's gonna go on top. Down there, I'm not gonna put any fiberglass wool because the Transit, they are prone to water getting in by these clips. So I'm just gonna put 1/2 inch foam board to close this off and figure it out later, because I need to leave in 1 week, so yeah, I need to hurry up, and with the Chinese diesel heater I should be warm enough in here. The floor is 1/2-inch plywood with strips of 1/2-inch foam between the ribs, and then a full sheet of 1/2-inch foam underneath the plywood. It's I use some glue, but not a lot, so I only use 1 tube of glue, so it's just held in place slightly, just so that it doesn't shift. I did not want to glue it hard, and then if I need to pull it up, then it's gonna be a hassle. So I'm gonna have the battery there, lithium battery. I'm gonna have 400 watt of solar in the back on top. I'm not using a roof rack because I don't need one. It's gonna be a lower profile if I just use solar panel brackets. So I'm gonna have two 200 watt panels, but the wires are gonna run in the middle of the van. And then down the side I'm gonna have a PWM charger. So it's not gonna be the most efficient, but it's gonna be the cheapest for me. I already have the charge controller. I have the battery at home, so it's gonna, and I'm gonna build a small box there with the fuses, and I'm gonna have a switch there for all of the lights and things. So yeah, that's it so far.